It's rare that investigators tell you they haven't come close to solving a case, but after more than 2 years, the identity of a woman found floating in the ocean in Myrtle Beach is still a mystery. In a WMBF News investigation, Brennan Summers explains why this case is essentially right where it started, even though it's one of the most unique investigations in the county coroner's office.
Memorial Day weekend marks the unofficial start to the busy summer season on the Grand Strand, and just 2 years ago, the holiday started just like any other. Drawn by the opportunity to get in an early Saturday morning run on the sand or a chance to catch the sunrise, visitors and locals alike made their way to the beach, including someone perched high above the water near 24th Avenue South, who noticed something out in the ocean just past the tide. As it turns out, that something was someone. A woman floating lifeless in the water. Lifeguards called to the scene, pulled the victim on shore and performed CPR. A short time later, the woman was pronounced dead at Grand Strand Medical Center. More than 2 years since that day, the woman still hasn't been identified.
Nobody has come close to matching the description of this lady and her tattoo.
A colorful, bright tattoo just above her left ankle, depicting two dolphins jumping out of the ocean in front of the sun. At the time she was found, the victim was wearing a floral print bathing suit top, gray shorts, and a t-shirt with the words "Sail Fast, Live Slow" screened on the front and back, along with Beaufort NC. Evidence that would help guide the investigation at first, but never lead to the answers needed to close the case.
In my 20-some years of being here, I have 3 cases that I have not been able to find an identity on someone.
Horry County Coroner Robert Edge says his office and police have done everything they can to try to identify the woman pulled from the ocean. They never believed she was murdered or suspected foul play, and the toxicology report showed no trace of drugs or alcohol. Cuts found on her arms had Deputy Coroner Darius Fowler looking at the woman's death as a possible suicide. But Fowler says while the cuts looked intentional, they were not that deep, and it was ultimately ruled the woman drowned. Even though a drowning is not a natural act, Fowler says it's possible the woman could have jumped in the ocean or gone out swimming before becoming too tired to stay afloat.
In the days, weeks, months, and now years since this woman, who is still unknown to this day, was pulled from the ocean, police sent out pictures of that dolphin tattoo across the country, along with a sketch of the victim to see if anyone could identify her. The county coroner's office also has DNA and fingerprints on file, but with how things stand now, it's as if investigators are working a case without any of that key evidence.
Unless she's ever been fingerprinted for a job of some type or been incarcerated, her prints are probably not on file anywhere. And for the DNA, that's also a bank too, and we keep checking that. But unless somebody who's related to her, their DNA gets into this bank, we don't have any way of making a connection to it.
While much is still not known about this mysterious case, Coroner Edge believes the victim may not have lived far from the Grand Strand.
And we have a lot of people who come from Tennessee, Ohio, Kentucky, Virginia, and those areas, and those are roughly 8 to 10, 12-hour trips.
It's that belief that brought investigators back out on the search for clues at the end of summer 2013 to see if any cars were left abandoned in parking spaces at hotels or lots near the beach. Nothing came from that effort. As for the tattoo, Edge says he's hoping someone may hear about this case and see the picture of those dolphins passing the sun and be able to identify the victim.
You see this stuff on TV all the time, and TV's a lot different than real life, but you never know what might happen.
While the picture of the tattoo could go a long way in helping bring this case to an end, it's also been used to rule out other possibilities. Just about a month ago, Deputy Coroner Fowler says a caller from Alabama reached out about a possible link to a missing person. It wasn't a match. In Myrtle Beach, I'm Brennan Summers, WMBF News.
Now, it's worth noting there's a real chance the victim did not drown right off our coastline. Previously, we spoke to an ocean currents expert at CCU who says it is very possible a person can drift from any direction coming from the north or south, depending on the time of year. Now, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons Database, whoever this unknown woman is, she died about 5 hours before she was found.